Speak with Power.
Hello and welcome to Speak with Power, your magazine specialist TV program focused on the art of public speaking. Many times people fail, not because they lack the knowledge, but because they lack the ability to convey that knowledge to those who should be listening to them and making decisions about whether to hire them or to even follow them. And that's why public speaking has been ranked as the top tier of skills that every individual in today's world must have if they are to become very successful or be taken seriously. So I ask you, how seriously are your peers taking you? How seriously are your colleagues or your loved ones or even those in your social milieu taking you? When you stand to speak before them, do you earn their respect, or do you shy away whenever you're called upon to speak? That should be the challenge that bogs our minds in order to inspire us to act swiftly on the need to speak well in public. Today on the program, we start with our opinion poll, where we go out there to ask people about Nigerian leaders. Do our leaders actually read their speeches or deliver their speeches? It will amaze you what people think about Nigerian leaders. Are they public readers or public speakers? Nigerians bear their minds on where they place their leaders. Then you get to watch our drama skit for today, titled Madam First Lady, the agony of the wife of a governor who couldn't speak well in public, and how she ran for her dear life because she was invited to address an audience. And then finally, you get to watch the masterclass, where in this class, I get to work with a group of professionals from a manufacturing company, a leading manufacturing company, Robert Bosch, where we show them how even manufacturers need to speak well in public if they are to sell their ideas, sell their products, and impress the value of their brands on the hearts and minds of the many buyers and consumers in the Nigerian marketplace. So, if you're ready, get your notepad and your pen. It's time to learn about one of the most important skills you will ever need to have in today's world. As always, my name is Ubong Asiel, certified speaking professional and the Dean of the School of Eloquence, the home of public speaking.
Are you in governance?
You need public speaking.
Are you in business?
You need public speaking.
Are you a professional?
You need public speaking.
Now you too can learn how to overcome nervousness and speak with confidence before any audience at the School of Eloquence, the home of public speaking.
Attend our practical and training one-on-one coaching with West Africa's only certified speaking professional at any of our centers in Lagos and Abuja.
To register, call 0802 3032 066 or 0706 1606 078, or log on to our website schoolofeloquence.org. School of Eloquence,
teaching the world to speak.
For the assessment, I feel that most of our leaders in Nigeria, they read their speeches rather than delivering them, and I think it goes a long way in showing confidence, and also in showing confidence, and it also does not really portray us in the right path, because it seems like you do not know what you're actually saying. It has already been stage managed.
I feel like most of them actually read their speeches. It's just few of them that actually delivers their speeches. Sometimes some of them get to prepare before they come out to talk. But most times, there are people, they have aides that help them prepare their speech. Sometimes it's really not encouraging because you can't really feel the vibe when you get to see somebody reading. Because it's possible that they just give them whatever has been written to them, they're just reading, and sometimes you don't get to feel the vibe.
You see, if you are talking of reading speech and delivering speech, you will find that we have our policymakers have fundamental problem, because most of these speeches you are talking about are being written for them. You understand? And it's just for them to come out, read it, even if they are oratory in terms of the delivery. You find out that still, are they really sincere? Is the speeches coming from their heart?
A good number of them read it, but quite a few deliver, and people appreciate what they say. Yeah.
Well, actually, most of them read it, and I mean, expectedly, they might not prepare those speeches themselves because they're so busy, and some of all these events come up, short notice. However, even if someone prepares a speech for you, you should take time to internalize it, which most of them don't do. Maybe because they're not that interested, or perhaps more likely they don't have the skill in public speaking.
Do you feel terrified when speaking before a group? Are you stressed when asked to present? Do you forget your points? Are you shy and need confidence? Do you bore people when speaking? Are you stuck with reading word for word? How do you give a speech with polish? Learn how at the School of Eloquence,
the home of public speaking for private coaching, or attend our 2-day practical training in public speaking at 47B Oduduwa Crescent, GRA Ikeja, Lagos. Classes hold Thursdays and Fridays every week. To register or for one-on-one coaching, call 0802 303 2066, 0706 160 6078, or log on to www.schoolofeloquence.org.
School of Eloquence, teaching the world to speak.
Madam First Lady,
my friend.
Thank
you.
You're shining.
Yes.
Wow. I have to really say that I am impressed about how everything went. Wait a minute. Could it be the way the women rallied around, you and had the votes go properly? Or is it the way the young men shouted your husband's name? By the way, your campaign manager did a good job. He deserves an envelope,
But it wasn't only my effort. Everybody believed in the excellency and you, the First Lady. And that is why the planning went successfully. And that is the way that saying is true, that behind every successful man, there's a woman. You're a paragon that every woman should emulate.
Thank you, Mr. Olalekan. Thank you, my friend. If not for people like you, I don't know what we would have done. My husband and I, we are so happy. In fact, I don't know what to tell you, but we are happy that we had trustworthy people like two of you to stand behind us and, to help us try the campaign. Don't worry. There is something for you and for you at the end. Yes.
That's good to hear.
Thank you. Sorry, let me take this call. Hello, Ibukun. What is it? Why are you calling me when you know I have a very important meeting? A letter? From me? Okay, give it to my order. Let him bring it in. Thank you. Don't mind my PA, Jare. If the work is too much for her, I will just give it to someone else. Especially when in this kind of serious meeting. If she doesn't want her work, I'll give it to someone else. That is the truth. Thank you. You can go. Thank you. Office of the First Lady. I've started receiving my letters too. What is this? Emma Gbamike, what is this? It is a letter to represent Nigeria in Singapore next week at the International Women's Conference. But that is not the problem. The problem is that I'm supposed to give a 30-minute speech. How am I supposed to do it?
But that should not be a problem. You should be proud. You should be overjoyed that this will be an opportunity for you to show that they have not made the wrong choice.
Yes. I'm overjoyed, but this is the reason why I did not want to campaign with my husband, because I knew that I knew that we were supposed to, you know, once in a while, they might be calling me to come and give speeches, and I didn't want all this. Is this not an international disgrace waiting to happen, or a national disgrace? How will I do it? Who will help me? What will I do? What will I do? What will I do? What will I do?
Don't let this be your case. Learn how to speak with power.
I'm expecting to be able to speak in confidence. Give speeches when called unaware, and also make powerful speeches.
To my expectation, to compete with the Nigeria market, to learn a lot of things about the public addressing systems, to improve my communication skill.
Put more on my speaking. I'm also socially interacting with people and structuring my thesis properly, to help me probably convert discussions to actual orders or sales.
So when I think normally of what to say, there's usually no structure. So my expectation is on the structure. How do I structure what to say?
Hopefully I'll be a more eloquent speaker at the end of this, have more confidence.
My expectation is building my confidence in public speaking, and then being able to address a lot of people in a way that you can have a communication and that you are well understood.
There are two purposes to every public speaking exercise. So the purpose of public speaking, by looking at the individual purpose first. Okay, then there's universal purpose. So the individual purpose is context driven. There is speaking to inform to a customer out there who has money to spend. You need to get them to a point where they can trigger their wallets to spend. In that context, you're speaking to persuade. This is a classroom environment. Most of my speaking is to educate, because the goal is to get you to understand some of these key ideas. So knowing what the context requires is key as far as the purpose of public speaking is concerned. Entire, should I say, value chain of nurturing a customer. You could find that you might have to go from, maybe the first meeting could be speaking to inform, to just let the person know that, hey, we are here, just acquaintance essentially. But some salespeople could jump the gun right away. They are trying to convert, they are trying to persuade. But whereas that context at that conversational level is essentially just face presentation, face time, make you comfortable with us and know us, that we exist, just to be informed. The first seed is sowed. So people in sales, from a speaking standpoint, need to understand this dynamic, because sometimes they wonder, but they have money, why aren't they buying? Check out how you nurtured communication at every stage of the relationship. Were you able to adapt the individual purpose correctly to suit the context? It's reading the context and reading it right. Your team members need to be inspired, but you're utilizing an informative approach, and you're wondering, these guys are not just working. You may not realize that the issue could be from you in terms of your communication approach. So the individual purpose varies. It all depends on your context. You can define it. What is important is for you to ensure that you lock it down. You know what this context demands. So the goal of how I will approach and tailor my message and my content has to be spot on. So talking structure, the right sequencing of thought. Remember, in our minds, thought flows in various ways, or what we like to refer to as our stream of consciousness. Think about it. We mentioned a topic such as Boko Haram. What are the various things that quickly come to your mind? Terrorists. Okay, what else? Kidnappers. Okay, what else? Violence. Okay. Arms. Sambisa. Absolutely. That's the point. That's where we're going. You've hit it spot on. From the sublime to the ridiculous, anything. Sambisa. Religion. So many things come to mind. But do they come to mind in any given order? That's the point. So the problem that a lot of people have, which is what structure in public speaking serves to address, is that most of us tend to speak from our stream of consciousness. So we get up and you come to speak, okay, yes, to talk about Boko Haram, we have to realize that recently the UN has ranked Boko Haram as one of the top 3 terrorist organizations. And you know, there was this incident about the Chibok girls, how they were kidnapped, what have you, and many people in the Northeast have not heard that. Is there any order to what I just said? I'm just, as it's coming to my head, I'm pouring out. There's no structure. That's why we said it's about right sequencing of thought. It is also about what I refer to as speaking architecture, good content distribution, and also what I refer to as the system of public speaking, laying out of the message, material alignment, streamlining of narrative. All in all, the goal is to bring discipline to communication. And we're saying that this is how our minds function, because all of this essentially refers to our stream of consciousness. We all know how the stream operates. It just keeps flowing. Ideas just continue to flow in no given order. So how do we damn this so that we can use it to generate energy in public speaking? To create a sense of structure, we must take in terms of succession. Succession of thoughts, succession of content, succession of material, succession of ideas. We must think in terms of succession from a beginning into a body terminating in a conclusion or with a conclusion. That's how we must think. There must be a succession from beginning to body to conclusion. And it's one thing to know these components. It's another thing to understand what each component demands. But what is of greater importance to us here is what then should we be seeking to achieve at the beginning of the speech? When we get to the body of the speech, what should we be achieving? And as we begin to bring it home conclusively, what should be the function of the concluding element of the speech? It is the functional dimension to each of these components that should drive what to distribute and to where.
The seminar was really a good one. I have the opportunity to be here, and I think what I've experienced together with my staff here was very beneficial. Beneficial in the sense that it was very practical. I believe any organization with something to sell, and having something to sell means you have to really interact with other people. So, and for that reason, this is definitely a must for any kind of organization and for every person working in that organization.
Training is very much interactive, informative. It's going to help me a lot to attend. We are in the sales and marketing. We are meeting so much customers. We do some mechanic meets, retailer meets, or we do some training to different customers. And it's really the structure way now I can present myself in front of them.
When I was coming in, I was wondering how I can put up my thoughts, how I can structure my words, how I can make speech and also join with my body language and all that. But after this training, I've learned a lot of things, and with practice, as the facilitator said, I know I'm going to be perfect. So thank you for having us, and I really enjoyed myself.
I would rate it high as to recommending it to corporate individuals, not just to corporate bodies, to individuals who feel that they need to improve more on their public speaking abilities. It's important that they attend it. It has a sense that it gives to you. It has a sense of confidence that it gives to you.
Last 2 days has been impactful, and it has been a great experience for me because before now I've always shied away from public speaking. And then coming here, it was broken down into a piece of cake for me. It's really been impactful.
Do you feel terrified when speaking before a group? Are you stressed when asked to present? Do you forget your points? Are you shy and need confidence? Do you bore people when speaking? Are you stuck with reading word for word? How do you give a speech with polish? Learn how at the School of Eloquence,
the home of public speaking for private coaching, or attend our 2-day practical training in public speaking at 47B Oduduwa Crescent, GRA Ikeja, Lagos. Classes hold Thursdays and Fridays every week. To register or for one-on-one coaching, call 0802 303 2066, 0706 160 6078, or log on to www.schoolofeloquence.org.
School of Eloquence, teaching the world to speak.
Thank you for watching today's episode of Speak with Power. As always, we'd like you to continue the conversation with us by joining on all of our various social media platforms and handles, from Twitter to Facebook, and of course on Instagram. Remember, those who lead are people who have a message. Those who lead are people who are determined and ready to pass their message across. Because when you have a message and you pass it across, what you get is a following. And it is a following that cements your position as a leader. Remember, as always, the stage is yours. You must speak with power.